Hey there, Clashers, and thanks for stopping by Clash of Clans Gameplay. I'm Brian with 49er War Clan, bringing you a new video today on an attack strategy that I've been working on to utilize in Titan League. And it's what I'm calling the GoGiWi, which is going to be a mixture of Mass Golem with Giants, as well as Wizards and Heroes. So pretty basic as far as not a large number of troops, but as you can see here from my attack log, I've had a lot of success using this strategy. A lot of 2-star victories with some good trophy offers, and we'll go ahead and jump into some replays to talk about it. But the composition I'm utilizing, it varies a little bit as to whether I bring wall breakers or not, but overall it's 3 golems plus 1 golem in the CC. Then there's 14 giants and 20 wizards, and sometimes I'll drop 2 wizards and bring 4 wall breakers, which is really good with the open style bases to create another entry point. And in addition to the spell composition that I'm utilizing, which is 3 jump spells, a rage spell, a freeze spell, and a poison spell. Very similar planning as far as the Mass Golem strategy in utilizing the jump spells, then with the 2 entry points, and then dropping the golems. And then I'll drop 1 set of wizards behind. Then I'll go ahead and drop the giants as the 3rd layer, and then the 4th is going to be another set of wizards. And I do that to go ahead and ensure that sometimes you'll hit a giant bomb and you'll lose a group of wizards. So by releasing the wizards in waves, I think you actually have a better chance of being successful at a lot of these bases. So as you see here with this open style base, I'm able to kind of breeze through and make sure that I've got my troops tanking. And given the fact that I've got 4 golems and then 14 giants, it's a heavy blocking army. But when you've got wizards behind and you're able to time the rage spell along with the heroes, it enables you to go pretty far in it. And so here on this first raid, able to go ahead and get a 60% 2-star for 7 trophies. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into another replay here. And while I'm doing that, I'll talk a little bit about why I decided to start experimenting with this composition. And it was really a couple reasons. So as you've probably seen from the other videos, I'm up pretty high in Titan League. I've been, in Titan 1 between 4,700 up to all about 4,870 cups, I think was around my high there. And when you're up that high, you see different base compositions that are designed for a lot of the common attacks to be able to stop them. So the Mass Golem strategy was very common for quite some time, and so you've seen a lot of adjustments to that between the addition of the walls and change up of the bases that makes it more difficult. And one of the things I saw quite frequently was a large amount of single infernos being utilized. And the single infernos oftentimes are burning up those golems quite quickly. And so I figured that if I could bring more blocking troops that were smaller and cause that inferno to have to reset more often was going to work well. I considered Valkyries, but the way that Valkyries go after any particular, not just defensive, but just any building, I didn't think it was going to quite work as well. And so I had tried it and had some mixed success with it. But as I started to plug in and use the Giants were a really good fit. And I still carry a freeze spell to be able to slow down the Infernos a bit more on the Giants. But as I kind of go through, I mean, you can just see I'm able to utilize a heavy blocking army. And again, by releasing the Wizard in waves, puts me in a good spot into where I've been getting pretty high percentage on a number of these maxed out bases. And so overall, I think it's a pretty good strategy. If you're facing 2 multi-infernos, I still think the Mass Golem strategy probably is a little bit stronger. But if you're going against double infernos, or even 1 single inferno or double single infernos, either of those compositions, I find that I think this strategy just works a lot better. And so as you'll see here, I've got another composition and utilizing those jump spells, but still going in with that GoGiWi strategy in the open base style format. Now, as I've seen more of these bases, I haven't liked how sometimes my troops bunch up. So this is where I've been bringing actually more recent attacks, has been bringing in 4 wall breakers so that I can utilize 1 entry point and 1 jump spell on the exterior wall between the jump spell and then the other point being the wall breakers. Then I'll use 2 more jump spells to get into the core. and so that gives my troops a wider spread. But even on this one, as you see, is I didn't have that, and I had the one jump spell getting them into the core, except on that left side. That's what really helped me to at least maintain a spread, because if you get in on these open bases and you're able to keep your troops widespread, blocking with the wizards behind, it actually puts you in a position where you have a chance to 3-star these bases. And so as you'll see here, as this replay goes forward, I've got everything cleared out of the middle, and there's just a few defenses on the outside, and my queen's still walking around there with her ability left. So in a really good spot, as long as I felt that I timed the queen's ability right, that I think I could be able to go ahead and get the 3-star on this. So overall, I find that this has been just a really good strategy overall. Been happy with utilizing it. Whether it's the best strategy, I don't know. There's a lot of debate for it, but it is something a little bit different, and I'm a big fan in trying some different type of attack strategies, especially when you start to see ones that are so common, whether it be the mass golem, or now you see the mass dragon coming back in, and still lava loon. You see a lot of people adjust the bases, and those adjustments of bases always seem to bring defense back into play, to where you start seeing more losses or more defense against some of these common attacks. So I'm always a big fan if you can come up with something a little bit different, get comfortable with it, and transfer and be able to utilize that. So this has been pretty interesting. It's a lot of fun to come up with something a little new that you don't see, and as you see here, it was able to finish up and get a 3-star on a pretty high level base there in Titan. So was a lot of fun and kind of coming up with this, and I continue to roll with this currently, and we'll see how it goes. But hope that you find this video useful and helpful to you, and until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and clash on.